Now comes the part where I get to introduce the speaker today, Lisa Argo. And just an inside joke this morning as I was getting ready and I was reading over my notes, the only thing I had to introduce Lisa with was a one-liner. Here's Lisa. So I'm going to speak this one from the heart. Lisa and I are students here in the ministerial program. And she's been attending church here since 2016. She's been a member. She's also the media relations director, and she guides us in the Women of Enlightenment class. It's my pleasure to introduce my friend and my classmate, Lisa Argo.
Thank you, Gina. And thank you all for being here today. I think today might be a first for an all Sunday student service. I think we'll do a good job.
I think so.
I have to say that I had a different focus for the sermon a couple weeks ago than I had this week as I refocused the direction of the message. I hope these words, the message, and the ideas brought forth will help and lift everyone today. Again, thank you very much for sharing your time with us today. I've titled this sermon, Words of Wisdom, and the first word is patience. Originally, I thought to talk about patience only. Patience with the pandemic. Patience with getting back to where we deem a normal, interactive society. Patience with wearing our masks. Patience with having to keep our distance so we won't infect anybody or they won't infect us. And patience with not being able to give and receive hugs. The new year brought about the vaccines, and now we need more patience to wait for our turn. After this week, the word patience to me is not enough. I've added other words. I've added other thoughts and ideas. So the first word is patience, and I'll start there. I found this quote: patience with family is love. Patience with others is respect. Patience with self is confidence. And patience with God is faith. We'll start there. If I can get my page. So I'll continue with the word patience and do a Reverend David. I looked up the definition. Merriam-Webster only had one line that said, patience is the act of being patient. But it's more than that. The definition I found is patience is the capacity to accept and tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I'll read that again. Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. How often are we truly patient? This past year, we have needed patience, a lot of it. We have been accepting and tolerating so much more with this pandemic and the results that have changed our families, our working ability, and our relationships with friends and loved ones. We have suffered without touching other family members and friends and other human beings. So many have suffered with the loss of their loved ones. I ask you to continue to have patience with this pandemic. I ask you to continue to accept and tolerate the delays in getting the vaccine and getting our jobs, families, and social life back on schedule. I ask you to stand strong in the suffering and loss of touch. I'm also going to ask you to have patience with others. I'm asking you to accept and tolerate those who have different opinions than yours, that look different from you, that may live in a different area, and that may act different than you. I'm asking for patience. I'm asking you to accept and tolerate insurrection against, am I asking you to accept tolerance and insurrection against our democracy? No. Am I asking you to accept and tolerate different actions against one people as opposed to others due to the color of their skin? No. Am I asking you to understand that others have a need for patience and that we need to pray for their patience? Yes, I'm asking you for that. According to A Course in Miracles, true patience means waiting without any anxiety whatsoever. My next word is respect. As the quote I mentioned states, patience with others is respect. I like that. The definition I found for respect is due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. The feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. How do we respect each other? How do you show respect to another person? Someone else's property, someone else's life. Due regard. Each person that enters the doors or connects on Zoom is met with due regard here at the Center of Enlightenment. No matter their beliefs, no matter their traditions, no matter the color of their skin, all lives matter. The women of Enlightenment, we offer each woman the respect that their input into each topic we discuss is important, that they bring their ideas, thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and add to the broadening scope of each other. It's with due regard I treat each person I meet. When I lived in the South, after living in the North for so long, if someone crossed my path, we would say hello. Hey, how are you? Nod our head. If we knew them or not, it didn't matter. We acknowledged that every person was viable, important, that that person mattered. I may never see them again, but I respected them. I may not understand or believe in what a person says or does, but respect may be due in regard to their rights, traditions, their strength of belief, education, or position they have earned. For example, my mother. She dealt with abuse and abandonment as a child, and during her adulthood went back to school for higher education, earned promotions that many couldn't achieve, and she became one of the first women switching technicians in the state of Michigan. However, her actions against me was abuse and something I have not had the patience for as an adult. Can I respect her achievements? Can I love her unconditionally? Yes. But respect is how we interact with each other, how we build bonds, communities, societies, and governments. Respect is as important as building trust. Now, trust is the firm belief in the reliability, the truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. There cannot be respect without trust. They build upon each other. They are intangible base for the building of those bonds. My husband, Tony, said to me the other day that he was brought up believing that people in a leadership position were to be honored, believed, and respected. That's how his parents raised him. And I said, well, I wasn't brought up that way. I couldn't trust the people in my life and my authority above me. So I always questioned, can they trust and have my best interest in their beliefs? Can they be trusted to lead others to do the right thing? Can they make decisions for our community or country or me and lead others in thoughtful actions, deed, and intentions? Can you believe them? All of these words are important in our daily lives, in our relationships, and how we build our bonds, and how we interact with our communities. And they're words that need work, and sometimes are hard to come by. Patience, respect, trust. The remaining two words are just as important, if not more so. They are also intangible, but I believe are the strength and the base of the previous words. The first is faith. Faith is a strongly held belief or theory. My faith is in God, infinite intelligence, source, Holy Spirit, whatever you call him or her. Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. I love that quote. It reminds me of when I had the epiphany about faith. I was watching the movie The Last Crusade with Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. And Harrison Ford's character had to step out without seeing anything. And he thought, and he thought, and he said, faith, and he took that step. I take that step every day. I have faith. Even with this past week, I have faith. I can't see the future, but I have faith that everyone must face the consequences of his or her own actions. Just as I have faith that I'll do the same. I have faith that our democracy will be restored and people will find the way to come together. Come together. All of us. I have faith that someday all people will be treated fairly, no matter what color their skin is or what they believe or what they say or do. I have faith that God is all around us and in us. I have faith that we will get through this pandemic, that the vaccines will help bring an end to it closer. I have faith that the people that have been deemed essential workers will continue to be treated with respect, and that I can trust others to do the things in actions, deed, and intentions. I have faith that I will be strong as I need to be in facing what each day brings. I have faith that that staircase will take me where I am needed most. My faith gives me hope. Hope that all I have faith in will come to fruition. I'm sure you've all guessed what the last word is. Love. It encompasses a range of strong and positive emotional and mental states. With this one word, we can know all. In order to love unconditionally, we need patience. We need respect. We need trust. And we need faith. They can stand tall for all that we believe in. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. We can have unlimited patience then, if we love. We can have the utmost respect when we love. We can trust fully when we love. And we can have joyous faith when we love. Remember these words and their definitions in the coming weeks and years. Patience, respect, trust, faith, and love. Know that you are loved. Know that you have respect, that you have patience, and that all is as it should be. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. Thank you.